Okay, good morning. Today we're going to move on to a short question, a 60-mark question called Bank Reconciliation Statement. So the question is based on the same concept as the higher level question 1, when sometimes in the question 1 they have the amount in the trial balance that came from the bank account in the general ledger, and that's different to the bank statement that you receive from your bank, and you need to reconcile them, basically figure out where the differences come from and correct the differences. So same idea here. So what they give you is the first thing on top, they give you your bank account from your general ledger. That's from your own accounts, so debit and credit side. And there's, on the debit side, there's all the entries that increase the amount in your bank account, like money that you lodged. And on the credit side, there's all the entries that decrease the amount in your bank account, stuff like you paid insurance, or you paid P Roach €1,200, you paid your rent. So all that stuff made your bank account go down. Okay. Now down below, you have the bank statement that you received from your bank, from AIB or Bank of Ireland or one of those kind of banks. Okay, and first thing to notice, though, anyway, is that there's a different layout, of course, but also that in their debit and their credit, on the debits for them are all the amounts that made your account go down, and the credits are all the amounts that made your account go up. So it's the opposite to the debit and credit side in your bank account. So in your bank account, on the debit side were all the things that made your account go up or increase the amount in your bank, and on the credit go down, and it's the opposite for your bank statement. Okay. So, just before we get into it, there's one extra piece of information, and there usually is in these questions. It says the €160 entered in the bank statement on March 29 was entered in error to Julia Lyons' account instead of John Lyons' account. So they would normally give you a note if there was a mistake made, okay, and that's the one mistake in it, okay. Now, there are other items that we'll need to change, and we'll need to change them not because they were a mistake or anything. It's just that maybe they just haven't been processed yet. So one mistake, and then there are other, if you like, processing issues that we need to take care of. So in the required section, it says show Julia Lyons adjusted bank account. So again, you are Julia Lyons. That's her bank account and her bank statement. So the first thing, show her adjusted bank account, and then prepare a statement reconciling the adjusted bank account balance with the bank statement balance. So the two things we're going to do, I just put the headings over here. The adjusted bank account is just going to be a T account like her bank account in the general ledger, and it's just going to put some stuff on the debit and the credit side until we get the correct balance, the balance that we should be seeing. And then the bank reconciliation statement that we're going to be doing is very similar to, in suspense accounts where we reconcile the net profit. It's just like that, where we start with a certain balance and then we add certain things and we subtract certain things until we get a new balance. Okay, so let's start with just one more look at the information that's given, and then we'll get onto the question. So if we take, for instance, the bank account, and we see all of the things on the debit side which make the bank go up. So all of those things really should be the same as what's on the credit in the bank statement. So if we have a look, we've got the opening balance 5,200, then you lodge some sales 12,009, then 16,340, then 9,450. And over here we see, first of all, you've got the 5,2 balance right here, okay? So that's the same. But then the actual entries, then this is not over there, so we'll have to do something about that. 12,9, that's up there, that's fine. 16,340, that's up there, that's fine. 1,200, that's not up there, we'll have to do something about that. And also there's an extra thing here, 9,450, which is not in here, so we'll have to do something about that as well. But for the first part of this question, the adjusted bank account, we just want to put things in the bank account that are in here but are not showing up in the bank account, okay? And then we'll fix the other problems later. So to start with, when we're going to adjust the bank account, we start with the balance that we ended up with in the old bank account before we adjust it. So we ended up with a balance carried down of 33,250, and we bring that over to the debit side here to start with. So it's for March, so I'm just going to put March. You don't have to put in dates or anything, just the month, March. and we see the balance carried down, 33,250. 3,250. Okay, that's what we're starting with. Okay, we said already that over here we have 75 euros interest received, which has not been put into the bank account here because I guess the bank added it onto your account, but they never told you about it, so you never wrote it into your ledger account in your general ledger. Okay, so I'm going to put that 75 in here, and we're going to call it, oh, I should have put here, sorry, balance brought down, of course, and then this is going to be interest, and it's interest received, isn't it? So REC for short is fine. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is have a look down. This 12,9 is there, that's fine. This 16,340 is there, that's fine. This 1,200 though for dividend received, that was paid directly into your bank account, but you didn't realize it, so you never wrote it into your bank account in your general ledger. So that has to go in here now as well. So 1,200 dividend received. And there's nothing else in here that isn't in here. Now, as I say, we won't worry about what is up here but is not in here until the second part. Okay, so that's that side done. Now we have a look at the other side here. So if we go down through it, we've got, first of all, P Roach 1200, P Roach 1200, no problem. Rent 900, rent 900, no problem. Standing order 510, well, that isn't anywhere inside here, so we're going to have to put that in here again. I'll just put in March once at the start. Standing order. And what do we say it was? 510. 510. And the next thing then is we have standing order 510. Then this 600 for insurance is the 600 up here. 420 for check dishonored. Oh, there's no 420 for check dishonored here. So that means that one of the checks that you thought you had lodged on this side bounced. So we have to take that out again. So check dishonored. Check dishonored. And how much did we say it was? 420. Okay, let's keep going. 3,950 for purchases. 3,950, that's perfect. 790 RMQ. 790, no problem. 90 euros for bank charges. No bank charges there, so we got to put that in here. 90 bank charges. Okay. And let's keep going. And then this 160, well, this has to do with the error over here. And let's just read it very quickly. It says the 160 entered in the bank statement on March 29th was entered in error to Julia Lyons' account. And remember, you're Julia Lyons instead of John Lyons. So that actually shouldn't be there at all. So if it shouldn't be there, we're definitely not going to put it in anywhere here in our adjusted bank account. Okay, so we're finished putting in entries for now. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to tot it up. Okay, so as always, when we're balancing these things, add up both sides. Whichever is bigger, that's going to be our total. Now, it's obvious this side is going to be bigger, so that's going to be our total. And I'm leaving a space because we're going to have a balance carry down in there. Now, I added this up earlier, and it totaled to 34,525. Okay, so if that's the total on that side, it has to be the same total over here. 34,525. Okay, and then we need a balance carried down here. Balance carried down, and if we add the three of these together and subtract from 34,525, we get this figure here, and I did it earlier as well, as I say, and it's 33,505. Okay, in the next video we'll move on to the bank reconciliation statement.